Lentell, you have 2 minutes to ask your questions, and if you choose, 1 minute for a supplementary question.
There we go. Councillors, thank you. My name is Dan, and I am the South Cambridgeshire District Councillor for Over and Willingham. Interestingly, in our neck of the woods, we've had 2 by-elections since these proposals were made. One in Longstanton, Oakington and Northstowe. That led to a 40% swing against the Lib Dems, the party I resigned from, over this issue. And last week in Cottenham, Councillor Gough's neck of the woods, another 40% swing against the Lib Dems. I wonder what came up. This is an issue that affects me as a resident of Over and Willingham, with villages which are set to be considerably worse off if Addenbrooke's is included in the zone. Also, as a South Cambs District Councillor for that ward, I can see the serious damage to trust and confidence in our system that will be done if such a large innovation is done without any kind of mandate, either in a regular election or through a referendum. And I would argue that one thing that you can all do, and we can all do, to turn the temperature down and to engage properly with the debate, not hate agenda,
Councillor
is to actually debate.
Lentell, this is a question. Can you ask your question, please?
What is democratic about doing stuff to people without their consent? And what is liberal about doing stuff to people without their consent? Thank you, Chair.
Councillor Beckett.
Thank you, and thank you, Dan, for bringing this question. Addenbrooke's is obviously incredibly important to all of us. It's an institution which plays such a part in all of our lives. I know myself, I have to thank the staff of Addenbrooke's for the help they've given to my family. Personally, I'll never forget having to rush my wife there for my wedding engagement party and standing by her bed for the next week as she recovered from serious illness. I'll never forget saying goodbye to one of my friends in the Papworth. I don't think I'll ever be able to thank the staff of Addenbrooke's enough for what they have done for all of us. And I think it's incredibly important that you bring these points. It's really important to all of us. The story of Transport Addenbrooke's, though, isn't so simple. Representing Queen Edith's on the border of Addenbrooke's, I know firsthand what misery inconsiderate drivers visiting the hospital can cause. Both sides willing, Councillor Lentell, I'd be willing to introduce you to the residents of Red Cross to hear their personal stories, if you wanted to. Similarly, I've heard from other residents who have had to choose between staying at the hospital for the treatment they need or catching the last bus home. We've heard from Mike Moore, the chair of Cambridge University Hospital, about the lack of public transport has on staff recruitment. All in all, transport around Addenbrooke's is a difficult issue, which requires much serious, thoughtful consideration. Serious consideration, which is often not possible given the binary and dividing nature of a referendum. The GCP has carried out the biggest and most wide-ranging consultation, as I've said before, 24,000 responses. It deliberately asked a range of open and closed questions so that those exact issues could be captured and analysed. We owe it to all of those residents to listen to all of those responses and analyse. I'm sure we'll hear much more discussions about the pros and cons of the referendum. I know I have one more question asking about it before the debate is closed, but we owe it to people to listen to what they say.
Thank you. Councillor Lentell, you now have 1 minute to ask a supplementary question if you choose.
The M11 access corridors play absolutely no part in congestion into Cambridge. So my residents do not need to have a paywall between them and their healthcare put up by the Labour and Lib Dem councillors in this room. Charles I, that man of blood, he tried to put in a tax without consent. George III tried to do it, tax the 13 colonies without their consent, representation. Not happening. Over and over again, history is making the mistake you guys are doing right now. So here's my question. Taxation without representation. Guys, please don't hand the county over to the Tories. Do this properly. Question mark.
That's not a question, is it?
Thank you,
Councillor
Councillor
Beckett, is there a question there for you to answer? You can try.
I don't think any of us want to hand the current county council over to the Conservatives. We have seen the widest ranging consultation the GCP has ever done. And as I said before, it is incumbent on us to look at what that says. People are able to give their representations. You being here today is your representation. We have seen however many people around talking to us, sharing their issues. And I think all of that requires us to look carefully, to think carefully, and to take this matter incredibly seriously, which is what it deserves. This is not a simple issue, and I don't think distilling it down to simple issues is the way forwards.
Thank you. Next.
Thank you.